What's up, Neogenesis family? Coach Tommy here in the hill. We're gonna have a nice workout session today. It includes hill sprints, kettlebell workouts, and we're gonna go through it 100%, okay? So pedal to the metal, we don't stop, we attack. Yeah! When you run a good hill sprint, I would aim for about 60 yards of distance, which at a decent pace could take you up to like 20 seconds. And if you're very fast, then you decrease the number of seconds, could be over 10 to 15, but aim for 60 yards. It's a good distance, it's gonna get your cardio going, and it's also gonna be very demanding. So this is what we're aiming for. This hill here seemed to be a good challenge when I was driving around, so we're gonna attack it and we're gonna have fun with it. So let's get to the first rep. The first rep is gonna be at about 85% effort. We're gonna push ourselves and try to see how we feel about it. So let's get set. Ready, set. My takeaway from that first rep is my hamstrings are still sore from yesterday, so I gotta be careful with it and go progressively, not to put too much stress on them. But since we're running up the hill, it has its own benefits, so we should be okay, not get injured. So we just gotta take our time. In between the reps, mostly, you take the time to go back down the hill, and then you calculate about like a minute and 30 seconds. You take your time, it's like a sprint. You want your nervous system to recover from the effort. For me, what hill sprints represent is really a good way, a good metaphor of what reaching the top is. You gotta grind. There's no elevator to the top. You need to take the stairs, and running a hill sprint is gonna take you there. Rep 2, rep 2. My tricky point on why running a hill sprint is good for you guys is because it's gonna reduce the amount of stress on your joints. Running on a steep hill like this one is very good for you, so I encourage you guys to do it. Then it's very good for your cardio. Running against gravity, climbing to the top is good for your heart. So you need to get this going in your training regimen. And then for the last part, it's also very good to build mental toughness, all right? When you get to the middle of that hill, sometimes you wanna give up, but you gotta keep on pushing. Let's go. Let's get to it. Rep 3. What's interesting with my mentality most of the time is that in most science books, they would advise you to not repeat too intensively, take some breaks, longer breaks, you know, but I do appreciate, and it's not necessarily for any other purpose than pushing myself, but I like to go at it again and again, just have fun, you know, not just in the goal of performance, but just in the goal of challenging myself, get better, get some good reps, and get the feeling. Nothing more powerful than running up a hill with the adrenaline rushing and not knowing if you're gonna make it to the top, but we will, so let's make it again. Gotta stay humble though, we never know. There's always a risk, you know. Gotta know where you at, but it's not a reason to not try to push your limit. After the 5th rep, you get a break and you recover, and then we go for the next half. Now we have a longer break, we rest, try to let everything flow. But that was good, that was good. For me, the hardest hill I've ever tried was in my hometown. It's so steep. Every car that will go down that hill is weighing like almost twice as heavy because it's so steep. So that hill, and it's so long, like And I've done it, you know. I've always liked to attack that challenge. I had one of my coach running it, but he didn't know. What he didn't know it was that at night, I would go by myself. So when the first time he brought me there, I did it. And he was like, ow. But I did it before, you know, because I was already looking for that type of challenge. I've also been to Tennessee, and in Tennessee, I've been humbled by some hills there too. It's very, very, like, I don't want to say hilly, but it's very like steep and like, yeah, the area there is very special. So when I went there, if you add the height and then the heat, it's a very, very nice experience. Now I'm gonna get back on my feet. I still got about a minute left of rest. And now the pace is gonna go down a little bit, but each time I get to the top, I get back down and I have to go back. So we're gonna try to do that, and the pace is gonna decrease. We're not at 100% anymore. We're just running the hill at a decent pace and try to focus on technique and not breaking down. Sixth rep. And to be honest, I want to get it done as fast as possible, but no rush. So now it's control and technical. Let's go. Stay focused. Nice body posture. Rep number 8. We're getting close to the end. The next one's gonna be my 9th rep. So we don't change a thing. What I'm trying to stay focused on is having a good initial push and then try to keep the same momentum. Not necessarily trying to accelerate all the way through, but just keeping the same momentum, the same composure and posture. Let's go. Let's go attack the 9th rep. Rep 11, which means we only have 2 more reps to go, which is a pretty positive sign from the sky. We only have 1 more left. All right, so now we're done with the hill part. Really nice workout. To be honest, when I coach it, I do know what it takes to make it. So I know how to get into the person's head and help them get through it. The thing is, I'm still human, just like the rest of us. So when I do it, I have that little voice inside of me that comes up and tells me like how difficult the next rep's gonna be, but I have to shut it down and still attack, make it become a reality. And we did it, so 12 reps. The next step, I'm just gonna recover a little bit more, and then I'm gonna do a vertical jump. If you want to follow me, it's gonna be my challenge today. I might try this one, or if I feel like it, this height, which is a little bit lower than my shoulder height. Let's calculate. All right. better. Come, this one. Come. Lou, hey. So guys, we get into the fine part of this training, all right? We're gonna have a kettlebell only. We're gonna rep. It's gonna be long sets. It's for conditioning purposes. So we just try to tune up everything and finish on a nice note. After doing those exercises, we're gonna do 3 rounds of this. After that, we're gonna do abs and we're done for today. So we're gonna start. The first exercise will be kettlebell swing. And we're gonna follow up with some squats with a kettlebell, so goblet squats. And we're gonna end up with 10 presses on each arm with the kettlebell again. It's a 35-pound kettlebell. I didn't bring heavier. The reason why, we already exerted ourselves a lot, so no need to just push it without any thoughts behind, you know, we gotta be smart. So 20 reps. All right, we're done with the second part of the training. Feels pretty good, the legs are exhausted. So now we're gonna attack the abs. I've trained abs earlier today, so gonna go for a second time. So we're gonna keep it straightforward. We're gonna get into inverted plank on the ground, meaning your back's gonna be all flat on the floor. And we're gonna start with flutter kicks, over-unders, or scissors. And then we're gonna go for leg raise. So you raise both legs at the same time. And for the last thing, you have to hold the legs at 6 inches from the floor, right? If ever you're beginning, you wanna try it, I don't really mind if you put your hands under your bottom, which can help put some leverage, and it's gonna help you, raise your legs and not hurting your back. If you're more advanced, you could do it without the hands. And I'm advanced, and sometimes I still do it with the hands under the buttocks. So let's do it. Let's attack. It's gonna be 15 seconds of each exercises for a total of 1 minute. And we're gonna run 3 times through all of those drills. So. Second round. So now we only have 1 more left. Woo! We're heading to the last set. My abs are completely destroyed. But, we're gonna pay the price. It's never been my strength, but one more reason to work on it. Let's do it. We're gonna do it together. I'm not letting you guys fall alone. We're gonna all go through this challenge together. So let's get set. It's only 1 minute and 15 seconds, so 75 seconds, and we're done for the day. Well-deserved break after. I'm gonna buy myself some slush. No, only water, Fiji water.
And wow, what a change that. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done.
Woo. So Neogenesis family, just a quick recap. Today we did the hill running, and then we did some kettlebell workouts, and then the abs. Let me know in the comment which part you liked the most and how you felt about it, all right? And smash that like button. Let's get it.